today's show.
Weather, opossums, that's my story, clubs,
and other announcements. TJTV starts now.
Good morning, Toby Johnson. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, and it's first period.
That means it's time for our morning show. First things first on TJTV. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Tanisha, and this is Toby the Jaguar.
To start off today's show,
let's go to Zoila for this week's weather report.
Good morning, Jags. This week's weather is going to have rain and some chilly weather. Today's weather is going to be a high of 61 and a low 44 with an 11% chance of rain. Wednesday's weather will have a high of 57 and a low 48 with a 65% chance of rain. Thursday's weather is going to have a high 63 and a low 42 with an 84% chance of rain. Friday's weather is going to have a high 62 and a low 50 with a 13% chance of rain. That's all for this week's Weather, Jags. Happy Valentine's Day on Wednesday. I'm Zoila reporting for TJTV.
Tanisha is here to tell us about awesome opossums.
Hey Jaguars! You've probably heard of the opossums, the marsupials who live on our continent. You may have even forgotten about them because they weren't relevant to you. However, opossums are much more memorable than we give them credit for. For one, when they don't feel threatened, they're actually very cute. But more than that, they're pretty cool. For example, opossums are naturally resistant to snake venom, and they can eat quite a few pests without being harmed, including ticks. They also have a tail that can grab things. It's been said that they can fake their death when threatened, but the truth is even weirder. They aren't playing. They naturally enter an almost dead state whenever they're threatened. Imagine if you went comatose every time you were afraid. Opossums are also practically immune to some diseases like rabies because of just how low their body temperatures are. All in all, opossums are a pretty cool animal that we often overlook. There are probably other animals that are even more fascinating, but we don't notice. I hope learning about the opossum interested you and gives you enough respect about the species to refrain from harming them. With that, I'm Tanisha, reporting for TJTV. Here's Mr. Wilderman with another That's My Story.
I'm Mr. Wilderman, and this is my story. Students, gather round, for I've got a tasty tale that's been satisfying people and comforting them when the chips are down. Like the accidental invention I'm about to reveal, this is a story of how one culinary genius forever changed the way we satisfy our cravings. Once upon a time, in a small kitchen nestled in a quiet New England town, there lived a young cook named Ruth. Ruth was a culinary dreamer, always experimenting with new ingredients and flavors. But it was her sweet tooth that led her to this unforgettable creation. One day, as Ruth was baking cookies to serve as treats for her guests, she realized she was out of the usual ground walnuts she typically used in her recipe. Undeterred, she reached for a nearby chocolate bar, thinking it would make a fine substitute. She chopped the bar into pieces and added it to her cookie dough. Little did she know, she was about to change the world of cookie baking forever. As the cookies baked, a distinct aroma wafted through her kitchen, and when she removed the cookies from the oven, she realized that the chunks of chocolate she had added had melted into gooey pockets of goodness, and the dough became golden brown and delicious. When Ruth took her first bite, she was amazed and dazzled by the delightful combination of sweet, creamy chocolate and warm, chewy cookie. Upon tasting the cookies, her delighted guests couldn't stop talking about them. Word of Ruth's delicious cookies quickly spread beyond her kitchen, and soon folks from all around town were lining up for a taste. Her simple act of improvisation had given birth to a beloved dessert, and one that would soon become a classic of American culture. But here's the twist. Who was the woman who devised these tasty treats? Ruth Graves Wakefield, a college-educated dietitian, teacher, cook, and the founder and operator of the Toll House Inn, one of New England's most famous inns and restaurants. And what did she name her new successful cookie creation? The Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie. And so, my friends, every time you bite into a chocolate chip cookie, remember the inventive spirit of Ruth, an unsung hero of cookie history. Faced with a problem, she didn't give up. Instead, she took a chance and tried, and in so doing, sweetened all of our lives with a timeless treat. And that, dear students, is the recipe for success and the lesson to be learned from this story. When things get tough or don't work out how you expect, don't give up. Instead, reach for your bag of chocolate chips, other ideas that can solve your problem. And it may turn out for you too, that the substitution you provide to the dough may just end up being a delightful surprise that becomes an enduring classic. Anyway, that, dear cookie lovers, is my story of Ruth Graves Wakefield and the Toll House chocolate chip cookie, and I'm sticking to it.
Now, some important information.
The following clubs meet today right after school.
The Balkan Culture Club will meet in MJ4.
The Esports Club will meet in MK5.
The Photography Club will meet in MG5.
The Poly Dance Club will meet in MF11.
The Student Equity Council will meet in MJ5 during lunch.
The Terraria Club will meet in MC6.
The TJMS Book Club will meet next week in the Franklin Library Community Room.
The TJTV Club will meet in MC9.
The Toby Pride Club will meet in MG4.
The following clubs will meet tomorrow.
The Asian Student Council will meet in MG7. Members, don't forget, your club photo is tomorrow after school in the gym.
Club Live will meet before school at 8:30 a.m. in MC10.
The Crochet Club will meet during lunch in MF11.
The Debate Club will meet tomorrow after school in MG4. Members, don't forget, your club photo is tomorrow after school in the gym.
The Disney Club will meet MC10 after school.
The Drama Club will meet on the stage.
The Filipino Club will not be meeting this week. Members, don't forget, your club photo is tomorrow after school in the gym.
The Pokemon Club will not be meeting this week.
The Toby Bonker Club will meet next week in the Franklin Library Community Room.
Now, that's all the clubs for today and tomorrow.
Join the club and have some fun.
The Toby Johnson House of Representatives will be meeting tomorrow. Please report directly to the MP room so we can get started right away. And please bring your folders. See you tomorrow.
Valentine Grams will be delivered tomorrow in 5th period. Tomorrow's Spirit Day is pink, red, and purple. Wear pink, red, or purple, or all three. Thursday Spirit Day is night in or night out. Think pajamas, stuffed animals, bedhead, or fancy attire.
7th graders, come to MC9 during the last 15 minutes of lunch to be interviewed for a new segment, Question of the Week. This week's question will be, is cereal a soup?
Now, that's all we have for today. We'll be back on Thursday with another episode of First Things First on TJTV. I'm Daniel.
I'm Shanisha, and this is Toby the Jaguar.
And make today your best day yet.